writing good sales copy really isn't that complicated. There's definitely a skill and an art to it, but it's really not that hard when you take a look at the basic components that you need and the points of views and perspectives that you should have when approaching any kind of sales copy for your business. Obviously, the first thing that you want to make sure that you have in focus is your customer. Now, the best sales copy is typically always going to come from the direct interactions that you have with your customers. So, what are your customers telling you? What are their pain points? What are they feeling? What are the problems in their lives that are causing them to contact you, causing them to feel? What kind of behaviors is this, causing within their, life? What kind of moods is this causing them to have? What kind of scenarios are they in that your problem can help them get out of, can help fix? These are all things that you want to really pay specific attention to when you're writing sales copy. And I would even say to go as far as using their own words as much as possible. Obviously, the things that are repeated the most, but using the words as much as possible within your sales copy. You want to have your sales copy come across empathetic. You want it to come across as like the user is actually in their head talking to themselves. So, oh my gosh, I'm reading this and it sounds just like me. Like, this is me, right? This is how I think. This is what I feel. This is what I'm going through. The more relatable you can make your sales copy to your customer, the more they're going to believe it, the more they're going to buy into it, and the more action they're going to take at the end of reading it. The next thing that you want to really go ahead and take a look at is highlighting the problem and the benefits that your product or service offers to your customer. So you obviously need to highlight the perspective of your customer, but you also need to highlight what the problem is. And typically there's always going to be a few various groups of customers that are going to read your sales copy depending on who they are and their relationship with the problem that they have that you're trying to solve. So you're going to have customers that know they have a problem, but they don't know the solution. They don't know your product or service. You're going to have a customer that knows they have a problem and they know what the solution is, but they don't know about your product or service or your company. And then you're going to have the final one, which is it's a customer that knows the problem, they know the solution, and they know about your company. And depending on where your audience, where the person reading this is in their journey, is really going to dictate how much sales copy that they need in order to convert, take action, become a customer, or at least just engage with your copy. And so you really want to make sure that you're focusing on the customer's point of view, be empathetic, and focus on the problem, and then focus on the benefits. Now, the benefits are not features, okay? So a lot of times when I'm working on landing pages for funnels with my clients, they always go into feature mode. And what I tell them is, look, no one really cares about the features. Some people do, but most people do not care about the features. If you can sell them on the benefits, how their life is going to look different, how their situation is going to look different after they've already utilized your product or service, that is what is going to sell them. Again, I say this a lot in my videos and a lot when I do sales coaching. People are going to make purchasing decisions based on the emotions, how they feel about something, and then they're going to back that up either way with logic, okay? So you want to, again, get into the mind of your customer, highlight the problem, highlight how their life is going to look different, and evoke that emotion of either pain or change, right? And so pain has to be so large that it causes them to want to change, because change does not come easy. And so this is what we're trying to do with sales copy. Now, when it comes to formulas, I like to break sales copy down into 3 basic components, okay? And this is going to be your problem, your solution, and your product. And we always write our sales copy in those orders. Why? Well, one, because people mainly want to know that you understand the problem. Now, this can be done very quickly. You don't have to oversell. You don't have to over-elaborate and use very big words. Make your sales copy simple, right? Make it very easy to understand, easy to read, and direct to the point. But you want to highlight the problem. hey, this is the problem. We're in your head. We know how you feel. We know what you're thinking. We know that you're looking for a solution, or we know you know what the solution is. You just might need some more information about it. So then in the solution part of the copy, you're going to highlight all of the benefits. Again, not features, right? So you might tie in features to benefits and say, look, because this solution does this for you, this is how your life is going to be different, right? That is how you're going to build out the solution component of your copy. And then lastly, you're going to get to that product or service element where you're actually going to highlight what the product or service is. And so this is where you're going to tell them like, hey, this is the product that is going to offer the solution to your problem. And then, by the way, we offer this product or service to solve that problem. And so the reason you're doing that is because you're trying to get buy-in from your audience to get through the copy. If you start, first of all, talking about the product and you start talking about the features, they're probably going to lose interest. Now, this greatly depends on the product or service that you're talking about. A lot of physical, gimmicky kind of products that people are just looking to kind of splurge on or kind of buy usually can be very just straight to the point of like, here's the product, here's the features, like buy it if you want it, because people want to buy those things. But if you're in a service business or, some kind of, product where it's very high ticket or it's maybe more complex, you're going to want to break down the problem and solution first so people really understand and they feel related to when it comes to those things. And then you can talk about the product and they'll understand how the product really fits into what they're looking for. I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you need help with hiring, training, or managing your VAs, make sure you click the link in the description below to check out our free VA hiring workshop. If you need one-on-one help with me, click the link to schedule an appointment to see how I can help. Now, other things you should have in your copy that I don't include in that problem, solution, product formula, you should definitely have testimonials. If you're not putting testimonials somewhere within your copy, then you're missing out, okay? You need to have testimonials. Edifiable proof that your product or service does what it says and delivers the desired result is exactly what people are looking for, especially these days. The next thing you want to do is you're going to want to lay it out in the form of a story. So if you can highlight your problem, solution, and product in the format of a story, and you can make it to where it's simple to understand and follow, then that is going to be super relatable to your audience who's reading that. And they're going to feel, again, like, hey, these people know me. They understand me. And people that we believe know and understand us, we like. And then people we like, we want to do business with. So if you can, all of your copy needs to have the story element involved. So beginning, middle, and end, and a conclusion and a call to action. And a call to action really is kind of the final piece. You need to have calls to action in your sales copy. So now that doesn't mean that every sentence needs to be a call to action, right? But for example, on a landing page, we're going to put call to action buttons throughout the page, generally after every problem, solution, product section. Why? Well, because again, as we talked about, your audience is going to be in different stages of wanting, of information and awareness of how to do business with you and readiness to do business with you. And so maybe they just need to know that you understand the problem that they have. Maybe they need to know that you understand the problem and solution. Maybe they need all three. But you need to be putting specific calls to actions throughout your copy so that way people can take action as soon as they're ready. If you create copy that's too long and it's too convoluted and too complex and people can't understand it, or they can't find calls to actions, or they don't really understand what's happening next, then you're going to lose people that would take action. And that call to action needs to be simple, guys. It needs to be the next literal thing that they're going to do after they click that button or click that link or do whatever it is that that call to action is. So if they're going to go schedule an appointment, don't be like, get started now. Like, be specific. Click the link to book an appointment, right? Book appointment here, right? Call us here. It needs to be specific so they know what the exact next step is. And that is really going to be it. The last thing I would just say is make it simple. And also, along with that, a little bonus for you guys, if you made it this far in the video, is a pro tip that a lot of companies really don't consider is having your salespeople work with your copywriters to come up with the best sales copy possible. So if you're one, you should be recording all sales conversations that are happening if possible, right? And you should be giving your copywriters access to those sales conversations. And you should be having your salespeople work with your copywriters, because your salespeople are the ones who are hearing directly from clients. They're going to be able to tell your copywriter, hey, this is relevant. Hey, this isn't relevant. Hey, this is not going to evoke the right emotion in these types of audience or these types of customers. This is going to evoke better emotion. I hear them saying exactly these types of phrases, these words. I hear this one word, this one phrase over and over. Let's throw that in there. If you can get your salesperson or people or team working with your copywriters, and you can have your copywriters write copy that gets your salespeople excited, the likelihood is you're going to have some really amazing copy that is going to do wonders for converting your audience members into customers, or entry-level customers into higher value customers for your business. Hey guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you got some value out of that, make sure you go ahead and let me know by leaving a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, and comments down in the comments section. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos. We release 3 videos a week, one on sales, one on marketing, and one on VAs. And of course, if you want to check out some of our services or products, check out the links in the description, as well as you can find information on one-on-one coaching and consulting with me, where we can dive into the specific strategies and solutions that you need in order to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures, or low 7 figures to more 7 figures.